What do you consider to be the single most positive contribution you've made to humanity? No small question. No wrong answer. It's your contribution. Maybe you haven't made it yet, but I want to answer.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I have. I do feel like recently, in the last 2 years to 18 months to 2 years of my life, I've been through a couple of things that have made me question who I am and what is authentically me. And I don't know yet what that is, but for the first time I've been really asking myself, are you doing that because you think other people want you to do it, or are you doing it because you really believe like it's the right thing for you to do? And again, that's an evolution as well. But I do feel like the metacognition of that is probably the biggest step that I've made in my personal development, appreciating that I am different, I do things differently, I don't fit a pre-existing mold, whether it's a pre-existing mold for a dancer or a pre-existing mold for an artistic and executive director, a pre-existing role for a man. I am different to everyone else, and I should honor that difference and share that difference with other people. I think it's so important today.
Well, when I did my research on you and thought of you as a very wise addition to the library, MoxieTalk library, the two words that kind of came to mind were, you're a positive enigma, and I don't think I've ever used that. That's what I see and sense when I've read about you and watched some things and talked to you. It's just there's a positive enigma. I don't know if that's even the right two words to put together, but that's what it feels like to me.
I cop a lot of flack from my staff for that enigma part. They don't love that so much.
Yes, they'll probably watch this.
They'll probably watch this, yeah. And I'm trying to break that down. I love the fact that there's that positive aspect to it, because I do want that. That those values have been instilled in me by my family, and I love that I get to bring them. I do want to be a good person. The enigma part, I believe absolutely 100% an introvert in an extrovert's life. So wow. I'm in a role that requires this kind of dialogue. I'm in a role that requires me to lead, to stand out in front of people and inspire them to do their best and bring their best and to take risks on stage, so I have to be outside of myself. I need to give a lot, but the introvert in me needs that quiet space, and the perfectionist in me, tears me down every now and then and says, you're not good enough to be out there, speaking what you're speaking and walking the walk you're walking. So just sit down and stop. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. And then there's the fraud in me, the person that feels like I'm a fraud, that says, you gotta be more real than that. Until you've got your real, then don't show anyone. But authenticity. But I guess the authentic part of me right now is acknowledging the evolution, that I'm not finished, and I'm not going to be finished. And I always do say that there is as much art in the process as there is in the product. I love the idea of welcoming people into the rehearsal studio to watch these magical moments that happen in the studio that you never see on stage. They'll never be on stage, because stage is different to the studio. And I guess my life is kind of the same thing. There is hopefully as much authenticity in my finding my authenticity as there is in whatever it might be. It's difficult it's new for me as well. So tackling that whole enigma thing is tough, but I have great people around me supporting me as I try and figure out what that is in a kind of new age of leadership, where I don't feel like you have to be perfect. I do feel like you can be kind of getting a bit messy and still have people inspired by you.